Once upon a time, in a lush forest filled with towering trees and shimmering streams, there lived a clever and cunning fox named Felix. He was known far and wide for his intelligence and sly nature. Felix possessed a sleek red coat that blended perfectly with the vibrant autumn leaves, allowing him to move silently through the woods. Felix was always on the hunt for his next meal, and he relied on his wit and cunning to outsmart his prey. He was a master of strategy and had a keen sense of observation. His nimble paws and quick reflexes made him an exceptional hunter. One sunny morning, as Felix trotted along a well-worn path, he spotted a group of rabbits nibbling on tender grass near a burrow. Felix's eyes sparkled with excitement, for he knew that rabbits were notoriously fast and difficult to catch. Nevertheless, he loved a challenge. The fox devised a plan. He crept silently through the underbrush, careful not to disturb even a fallen leaf. Felix had observed the rabbits' behavior for many days, learning their routines and studying their escape routes. He noticed that one particular rabbit, named Rosie, always stayed alert while the others fed. Felix knew that capturing Rosie would require a well-executed scheme. He began by disguising himself as a harmless butterfly, fluttering near the rabbits. Rosie, ever vigilant, kept her gaze fixed on the disguised fox. Always stayed alert while the others fed. Felix knew that capturing Rosie would require a well-executed scheme. He began by disguising himself as a harmless butterfly, fluttering near the rabbits. Rosie, ever vigilant, kept her gaze fixed on the disguised fox. Felix knew that the other rabbits would soon become comfortable with the presence of the butterfly and lower their guard. With his disguise in place, Felix launched his plan into motion. He skillfully lured the other rabbits away from the burrow, enticing them with tales of a magical meadow abundant with delicious greens. The rabbits, entranced by the promise of a grand feast, followed Felix deeper into the forest. Meanwhile, Rosie watched from a safe distance, suspicious of the sudden butterfly's appearance. She sensed something was amiss. Instead of joining the others, Rosie stayed behind, her senses fully alert. Once Felix had led the rabbits far enough into the forest, he revealed his true form, startling the unsuspecting prey. Realizing they had been tricked, the rabbits scattered in every direction, desperately trying to outrun the fox. But Felix was quick, and he swiftly captured one after another until he had his paws on all but Rosie. Back at the burrow, Rosie observed the chaos from a safe distance. She knew it was her duty to save her fellow rabbits from Felix's clutches. With bravery in her heart, she hatched a plan of her own. Rosie dashed towards the river nearby, where she knew Felix would inevitably chase her. As she reached the water's edge, she dived into the swirling currents, disappearing from sight. Felix, determined to capture his elusive prey, leaped into the water after her. Little did Felix know that Rosie had an advantage in the water. She was a strong swimmer and knew the river's currents well. She darted and weaved, leading the fox on a wild chase downstream. The cunning fox struggled to keep up, growing tired as Rosie continued to outmaneuver him. After a long and exhausting chase, Felix finally admitted defeat. Realizing he had underestimated the rabbit's resourcefulness, he swam back to shore, defeated and empty-handed. Rosie emerged from the water, triumphant and relieved that her fellow rabbits were safe. From that day forward, Felix learned a valuable lesson. He understood that his cleverness alone couldn't guarantee success. Sometimes bravery and quick thinking could overcome even the most cunning adversary. And as for Rosie, her bravery and intelligence made her a respected leader among the rabbits, ensuring their safety in the face of future challenges. And so, the legend of Felix the Fox and Rosie the Rabbit became a tale passed down through generations, reminding all who heard it of the power of wit, courage, and the importance of working together to overcome adversity in the great forest they called home.